Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa and today we are looking at the Desert Horned Viper. And as you can see here, Planet Zoo game writes, get your binoculars out for this one. You don't want to get too close to the Desert Horned Viper. This venomous species like to hunt their prey, laying submerged in sand, near rocks, or under vegetation. Sneaky. And yeah, we are gonna talk about that in a second. Sorry. We have it here. It is, of course, a reptile of the serpent suborder. It's a serpent snake. Then we have the family Viperidae, which I think is the poisonous variations. The Viperidae vipers are a family of venomous snakes found in most parts of the world, with the exceptions of Australia. Antarctica, Australia, Hawaii, Madagascar, as well as various other isolated islands. So it's not all venomous snakes, but it's a big chunk of them. It says up here we have 310 different species. For genus, we have the Cerastus. Genus of small venomous vipers found in the desert and semi-desert of North Africa, eastwards through Arabia and Iran. So these are globally very much alike, and you can see also the Crestus gasperati down here. Also have the horns. The Sahara sand viper do not, but they have the same facial shape and are very much alike. And again, animals that live close together, normal and are roughly like the same species, like they will have a lot of the same features because they have been evolving from the same genetic pool. That's also why the Fusa is closer related to lemurs than they are related to other or cats or dogs or something like that. Yeah, it lives for around 15 to 18 years and have a length of 30 to 60 centimeters, which is 11.8 to 23.6 inch. So they are not like these massive snakes, but a lot of venomous snakes do not have to be big. If you need to actually strangle your prey, then you need to have a certain length to get it. I think it's at least 2.5 times around it to be able to strangle it real or effectively. Where venom, as long as you produce strong venom and enough to actually hurt someone, it doesn't matter how big you are. Only the fact whether you can swallow your prey. But snakes have this magical way of unhinging their jaws so they can eat something much bigger than you would actually think. Here, the Saharan horned viper is a venomous snake native to the desert of northern Africa and parts of the Middle East. It often is easily recognized by the presence of a pair of supraocular the horns, although hornless individuals also occur. Okay, that's actually quite interesting. The color pattern of these snakes consists of a yellowish, pale gray, pinkish, reddish or pale brown ground color, which almost always matches the substrate color where the animal is found. Like, basically that if they live in really clean light sand, they will have this very, very light color. If they live in these darker rocky areas, then they will have like more like this browner rock color. Again, desert rocks are mostly brown yellow compared to, for instance, where I live, where they would be mostly gray-ish. Some of them are also red, actually. Dorsally, a series of dark semi-rectangular blotches run the length of their bodies. These blotches may or may not be fused into crossbars. The belly is white and the tail, which may have a black tip, is usually thin. Do not exactly have a picture of the tail though. Doesn't seem like it. But you can also see here the colorations vary very much. Ooh, I actually look at these horns, they go straight up, and these they go like to the side. Interesting. We have the tail here. Well, it's very minute, but you can see it's very small, the tail part. Again, keep in mind that some of these have a colored hue from either a hot lamp or the room or something like that. Oh my god, that I wouldn't notice this in nature. I wouldn't notice it was there. It's quite lucky that I live in a country with one venomous snake and it's not enough to kill a human. So yeah. No poison spiders, no poison anything. Anyway, from as we talked about the Sahara Desert and East Asia, sorry, not East Asia, Western Asia, Middle East. That's what confused me. But Morocco, Mauritania, Mali, Algeria, Tunisia, Niger, Libya, Chad, Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, Israel, Yemen, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. They live in the dunes in both tropical, arid, and temperate climate zones. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna get the desert bugs. I did actually hope, because here you can see it actually lies on an open field. So I actually hope that they either were a new third type of exhibit box, or at least somewhere where you could remove the glass or something like that. That would be amazing. So I actually hoped that when I saw this, but then I went down here, and it's been a while since we got something that go with the old exhibit box. But in the conservation pack, I believe it was, we got this little one. And here you can also see it looks like it's outside, so yeah, I'm not sure how much to lay in that. But I would really wish that we could build like this small exhibit. Even just give us the opportunity to make it round or flower shaped, or just something to not make it square. I know square is easier to build around, but if you want it as a centerpiece or something like that, it would be really, really nice if they would allow us to. However, I do believe they have something in the corner, because basically the free update looks like shit. So I do believe that some things will be there as a surprise, some kind of big thing. So it could be it, that we get something new, because they did recognize with the last few DLCs that we do not like the old exhibit boxes at all. But it is also quite possible that they just gave up on the new ones. That is possible. We see it here, and from what I can see, it looks fine. Well, I wish all of the pictures we saw, the head was on the sand. We didn't actually see it in any way. I don't think with the head up on its body, because the entire thing of this is that it can dig itself down in the ground and look like it's a part of the sand around it. That's the entire thing. So it wouldn't make sense for it to relax with the head up like that. It wouldn't be protected then. So that's just a small thing. It wouldn't make sense. They did, however, get the flat face right. I just wish they had left the head down here, but maybe it's because it should fit with some of the other snake animation. I just hope they don't let them like climb a tree or something like that, because they wouldn't do that. Their entire life depends on their camouflage, so why would they do that? What I can see looks fine. I have a little texture issue, for instance, here. Can we see that line there? And that's bugging me a little bit. We see it on a few mods as well, but I'm not as harsh on the mods, primarily because the modders do this for fun. Some of them makes a little money on them, but the mods are free, so the mouth actually looks good. It's not one line. They actually took into account that these scales would be shaped still down here and not just cut it. They also did give it another texture underneath, which again snakes have. Overall, it does look good. It's just this idea of letting it lay in a way where it would heighten itself and making itself more vulnerable is just weird. Anyway, yeah, in general, it seems like people still are really happy. We want more walkthrough animals. That's true. I don't know if I want more walkthrough animals. I just want walkthrough exhibits rather than normal exhibits. That's where I lie. But also, it's not the biggest of snakes, of course, but it is. I'm not even sure. Is it a solitary snake? Not a lot of snakes are not solitary, but camouflage. Yeah, solitary. Okay. I think a few of them may not be solitary. So I just thought if you have a habitat with 10 of them, then it would still be a walkthrough exhibit because room for them. Yeah, I agree. Rather, it's just I want more walkthrough animals. No. I want them rather than the exhibit. That's a thing. I just wish that there were a way where we could build a exhibit ourselves and just somehow put in the markings, like for instance have specific building things for exhibit, for instance this tree branch, because then the exhibit you choose, you make some fence that is specific for the exhibit, marking it with something specific so the game knows it's a exhibit and don't need a door or anything like that. And then have specific, for instance, this tree branch is made for exhibit, so the game know, oh, so if it's a snake it lay like this in this specific thing, and they don't need that way to give it all of the animation or all of the things that other habitats have. Yeah, I'm not sure they're gonna do that, but it would be amazing if it was. Caesar creates reptiles plus frontier equals. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they build the reptiles really well. It's just, yeah. It just sometimes look like they don't understand the point of some reptiles. For instance, that I can camouflage myself to the ground. Looks great, but would prefer a walkthrough exhibit. Great work as always with reptiles. Imagine if these actually all walkthrough exhibit and open up other exhibit animals like all of the other snakes to walk through exhibit. That would be amazing. I don't think they will do that, but it would still be a great step in the right amazing. Or I can't stand to see snakes. Not even in a game. Oh my god. Danger noodle. Love it. I cannot understand that language. It's definitely not a habitat animal, but it does kind of look like there isn't any glass. My point before is that the same with the earlier exhibit animal. So maybe like the walkthrough exhibit, they added an option to turn the glass off on regular. That already there, that would help a lot. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add to that. Again, it seems like people overall are happy about the snake for what it is. They just wanted something else, and I do understand that. Again, I do not hate or love it before I get it in the game. I'm probably not gonna bother if it is just a exhibit box, but if they add some new feature to it, some fun stuff, then maybe. Again, if I build a building, I am planning to make a small animal zoo with only small animals, so in there it would make sense to use a few exhibit boxes. But again, they are really bad for speed builds. They are, unless it's a part of something bigger. So yeah, we're gonna leave it there, guys. Again, comments below if you have thoughts about this. Again, the only thing this far that I'm mad about is the sand cat, and I made that video yesterday, and I think you understand why. So yeah, anyway guys, as always, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys.